May had fair been applauded by Comrade Europe leaders at a lunch intended to behind the transactions on the at first phase of the UK's departure of the Europe Association. The lunch was a accession to the official adoption of the transactions Friday by the left 27 EU countries, assenting on Britain's offered finance community in the bloc, a preliminary location on the next of the boundary among Ireland and Northern Ireland, and the rights of Europe countrymen residing in the UK. As May must aware by currently, yet, a successful one day can be inverted the following. Incisors chirp gives the verdant lighting to the following phase, but a lot could yet occur in the definitive days of 2017. Yet true Thursday night's ovation in Brussels might include bin for the main secretary, and it was no really ecstatic, on to Austrian Chancellor Believer Core, she is more poor at household. In the recent 6 weeks, the main secretary has lost 2 office ministers, an informal inquiry hangs above a tertiary. These events are unrelated to Brexit but include however added to the feeling of meltdown in Downing Road. For May, the transactions adopted Friday was difficult fought and difficult won. It nearly bring down separately over the monthly while Arlene encourage, the lead of the more democratic trade unionist side in Northern Ireland on whom May's prudent by the government relies on for a work most in the UK Parliament, withdrew supporting for a project how would include seen Northern Ireland be object to various customs officer institutional arrangement rather than the otherwise of the UK. Furious telephone call among the 2 female averted a calamity, and a new transactions was effected a 1 week back. Following 6 months of wrangling above the at first stage of talks, not helping by contradictory comments of May's Brexit Secretary, David Davis, receive the transactions is a actual accomplishment. Yet the is just stage A, the more than controversial issues will occur in the following one while Britain and the EU dispute above position Brexit trade institutional arrangement. Negotiations on how length the transfer time, intended to escape a precipice end for UK business community following Brexit happens, could start as previous as following 1 week, and later discussions above trading will potential begin in March. Yet not though May's office is in treaty on which a UK-EU trading transactions should see love, so the sentiment on both of sides of the canal is far of exultant. As Jean-Claude Juncker, CEO of the Europe Committee, told Friday night, same other stage will be considerably stronger rather than the at first, and the at first was really hard. If Brexit will occur depends on the UK Parliament and UK human beings. In a mark how EU leaders include eventually achieved the industry end of Brexit talks, May detained unofficial negotiations above aperitifs in key Europe force power brokers, Deutsche Chancellor Angela Merkel and France CEO Emmanuel Macron, up the official lunch began Thursday night. Merkel voiced a mention of cautious Friday night, proverb where was lot more than job to be made and period is of the nature. The year may end on a top for the main secretary, but where are lot more than hurdles for her to leap above in 2018. She knows it, her associate, and opponents, in the UK aware it and critically, so do her Europe peer pressure.